I caught me a big body Benz. We touching paper for real niggas rapping pretend.
Hey guys, welcome on in. My name is Sherelle. I do cruelty-free beauty and vegan lifestyle videos here on YouTube. Today I wanted to play with a little bit of color and play with some new items that I picked up from the drugstore. A couple Wet n Wild items and some of these palettes I haven't played with. So I just wanted to play with some color, see how I liked it. And I got inspiration from a page that I found on Instagram. I can link them down below so you guys can see. The face was on my own, but the eyes was definitely heavily inspired by them. But yeah, hopefully you like this video. If you want to see how to create this look, just please keep on watching. And yeah, I know I was missing last week. Don't be mad. I actually started back work last week. As you guys know, I am a fashion stylist, and I was doing gigs throughout my maternity leave here and there. My hands are dry. And I just decided to go back to my job that I did before I went on maternity leave. So I went back to work and I did not realize it was gonna hit me like a ton of bricks. When I say exhausted, it was a whole nother level of exhaustion. I thought I was tired after I gave birth. Like, this was nothing. I started back one Sunday and I just knew I was gonna have enough time to sit down and record and edit, and I was like, of course, you know, I want to record. Obviously, I'm gonna do my face while we talk. I was like, I'm gonna record because, you know, I have to obviously get ready and do makeup for the day. To go to work, I didn't realize it was gonna hit me like a ton of bricks. So finally, I'm catching my breath. It is the end of the week. I go back to work again next week. I have a couple of days off, so hopefully I can get some videos up. I'm gonna be doing my brows. This is new to me. I actually went to the drugstore today. I went to two. I went to CVS and I went to Walgreens to see if they had NYC, and neither of them are carrying NYC. My local Walmart doesn't have them anymore, so I don't know if I'm just having to order them offline or if they're just not gonna be carried in stores. If you guys know where they are, if you've seen them in your stores, let me know. The only reason why I went to CVS and I went to Walgreens because online it said they carried it in store, and when I got there, it wasn't there. So this pencil is new to me. I only got it because it looked similar to my pencil that I use from NYC. The color that I use from them is Sable, but this is Jordana's dark brown in number 38. So it says for brow and eye. I'm gonna actually zoom you guys in so we can see how this works. Ooh, hello. Up close and personal. So hopefully I can see from back here. Maybe I can move this mirror a little closer since you can't see it. But yeah, so I started back work and blessed to have a job. But sometimes I'm just like, ay, you know, the huge. But I can't complain. I really can't. It's not too bad. I'm back part-time, so
hopefully it doesn't give me this color. It looks really dark on camera. So, where we live, there's a stray cat. And you know, the animal lover in me wants to go save him. I'm not a cat person. When I was little, I got scratched across my face as a cat. And ever since then, I just never really connected with them. Now, here's the thing. I'm not sure if where we live, he was somebody's cat and they just left him behind, or if he is legit a stray cat, like the mom had a litter and they're just outdoor cats. So I'm thinking tomorrow I'm going to call the animal shelter and see what they can do. Because I feel bad for him. He's a pretty cat. He's orange. Did I say I'm allergic? I'm highly allergic to cats as well. Like, if I go to somebody's house that has cats, from the door, I know that they have a cat. But, yeah, so I went out there and I gave them a little food. I know you're really not supposed to do that because, you know, they keep coming back. But I noticed somebody's been putting food behind where we park our cars. So, he's hanging out there, I think because he thinks somebody's gonna come give him some food. So, I don't know if maybe the front office can help us with that. I feel kind of bad for him. Do I like that shape?
So, when I went to the drugstore, I picked up two Wet n Wild foundations. Now looking on camera, I feel like this side will match better than this one. This one's a little too deep for me. And hopefully that one will work. So the color that probably won't work that I can return is Mocha. The color that looks like it's gonna work for me is called Cocoa. This is the Wet n Wild foundation, photo focus foundation. You guys know Wet n Wild is cruelty free. Says goodbye photo flashback. And then to go with it, I also got the concealer. This is the concealer in medium 20. I decided to go with 20 only because in my LA Girl Pro concealer, I'm also 20. I know that probably doesn't work that way, but I was thinking it would be a good conceal and highlight color. So we're gonna be able to return that. I also picked up Black Radiance. Where did I get this one? I got this at Walgreens, and they were it was almost $6, and it's called the Color Perfect Liquid Makeup Oil Free Foundation, and Black Radiance is also cruelty free. So I'm gonna carve out my brows. That's why I took this out. I wanted to use a concealer to see how that works. And I have my palette here in front of me. I'll just put a little on here. Denver's trying to go to sleep, so I feel like I'm talking loud. I might have to do a voiceover. Yeah, we might have to do that. So if I stop talking like this, I'll just do a voiceover. I just go back in with that Wet n Wild concealer and carve out on top and bottom. I don't normally carve out on the top, but because I didn't really like the color, I just decided to carve out on the top. So next we're gonna go into priming our face. That's the Cover FX Anti-Aging Primer, and I put it all over the face. And then we're gonna prime our lids. Like I always use the NYX Cosmetics concealer in beige. I just use this one because it's too light for under my eyes. I didn't feel like returning it, so that's where I put it. You could stipple this all over the eye and then pack it in there. That's what I did. This brush that I'm using is from Amazon, some little cheapy brush from Amazon, but I actually really like it. So it's a flat foundation brush. So next we're gonna go in with the Festival palette by Juvia's Place, and we're gonna go in with our first color. Okay, so we went in with our first color in the palette. I actually pointed to the Izafa color, that red, but I changed my mind and went in with the pink. I thought the red was gonna be a little too stark. So we go in with the pink in the palette. It's called Irijai. I think that's how you say it, that hot pink color there. And we're gonna go in with a dense blending brush. The one that I used is from e.l.f. Cosmetics. It's the Professional Eye Blending Brush. You can use any dense brush that you want. I decided on a dense brush because I wanted that color to stay put where it was, where I placed it. So next, above that pink color on the crease, we're gonna go in with the color Oro. It's that mustard yellow color in the palette. We're gonna go in and soften that outer edge so it's a little bit better of a gradient effect. So next we're going to go into the Zulu palette, and we're going to use the purple from the palette, and we're going to use that same brush and go below that pink color that we placed. So the purple, you're just going to do that windshield wiper motion again, and you're going to blend that out. Next I'm going in with my palette. This is that color that I go into, the Maroon Barriers from Coastal Scents. And then I use a Luxie brush. It's the 211 brush. Now, you can have a clean, fluffy brush going. I use the one from Royal and Langnickel. It is the eye shader brush. I just used a clean one. Then I remember I had my Vera Mona Color Switch Solo, and I was just using that instead of switching through a million brushes. So here, that darker black color that you see that's going on, I just mixed two colors. This is Morphe 39 and 27 single shadows, and I just went back in. I placed it with that shader brush. I placed it with that lip brush and went back in with that clean shader brush from Royal and Langnickel and buffed that into the inner and outer crease. So next you're going to go in with your NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk, and you're going to pat on to the middle portion of the eye. I wanted to use the white, so the color that goes on top of it is more true to color. And I used another lip pencil brush. This is actually another generic one that I bought off of Amazon. It came in a huge pack, but I purchased this one from Amazon. I just like these because they're quick and cheapy. We're gonna go back into the palette with that same lip pencil that you used to tap out that milk color, the jumbo pencil milk color. You're gonna go back into the Festival palette by Juvia's Place, and you're gonna use the shimmery teal, and then on the inside you're gonna go into the shimmery blue color from the Zulu palette. So I'm using that Royal and Langnickel eye shader brush again, just to buff everything out. Now here we're lining the inner rim of the eye with the Kiko Cosmetics liner. This is color number 5. It's a nice deep teal color. I thought this would have been a nice addition to the look. Instead of doing the normal black eyeliner, I wanted to do a color. So I just went with a deep teal color. Next, you're gonna do your wing liner. If you don't wanna do wing liner, this is perfect here, right where you're at. But I always love a wing on me, so I decided to use my e.l.f. Cosmetics. This is actually one of my holy grail staples for liner. The e.l.f. Cosmetics black liner. This was what, maybe $2 or $3. I actually like this one because I can control how thin or how thick I want the wing. And this is actually the same brand that I learned how to do wing liner on. So that's just really what I feel comfortable with. Now this, I'm going in next with my foundation. This is actually the foundation I was talking to you guys about in the beginning of the video. This is the Wet n Wild foundation. Now I'm not too sure if I just put too much on, but at the end of the day, I didn't quite like the way my skin was looking. It looked a little old, so I'm still in the process of trying it out with different bases and seeing how I like it. But the combination of the foundation and concealer was just not working for me. The concealer looks so old under my eye. Now, next I'm going in with this mattifying setting powder for under the eye. I did this because I was going underneath my eye with that purple color underneath, and I didn't want any fallout, even though I didn't get much fallout from the palette. Next, you're gonna go in and contour your face. Here I'm just using the BH Cosmetics Studio Pro contouring palette, and I go in normally with the darker 4 colors, mix them all up, and then go in a 3 pattern on the face. So I do the cheekbones, the jawline, and then the hairline. And I go back in and smooth everything out with a flat top kabuki brush. That one I believe is from Crown Brushes, if I'm not mistaken. I think I talk about that brush all the time. It's actually one of my favorite. Next, I'm gonna go in with the Wet n Wild clear mascara and set my brows. Next, you're gonna go in with NYX Cosmetics. This is the NYX Ombre Blush in Nude to Me, and I just use that same flat top kabuki brush. So next we're gonna go and buff out that lower lash line, and I just went back into the palette with that purple and just used that Royal and Langnickel eye shader brush and went underneath the lash line. Next, we're gonna line our lips with Jordana's Chestnut, and then over top, I use Kat Von D's Agatha. Now, this color has been discontinued, but if you have Bow and Arrow or Ophelia by Kat Von D, that still kind of gives you the same vibe. Next, we're going back into that palette, and we're gonna use, from the Festival palette, we're gonna use the color Yuli. I used this over top of that purple, and it was a very pretty inner corner highlight over the purple. And then we're gonna go back into our Kat Von D Alchemist palette, and I use the color Ultraviolet Amethyst to highlight on top of my cheekbones. Flat top kabuki brush again to smooth everything out so it melts into the skin, and you're all done. If you guys want to set your skin, you can. Here I didn't, because I just wanted to see how everything was going to wear, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next one.